Inspiring business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business, and we'll support you every step of the way. Right in the morning. Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women make it sound easy. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
Good morning. It's me and I just dropped some stuff. I don't know what I dropped, but we good. All right, y'all. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing this amazing morning? I am feeling blessed and alive and excellent. How are you guys feeling? I'm feeling full of life. What are you feeling? All right, so you guys, today we are going to be talking about quite a few things, but first, let's get the housekeeping rules out the way first. Okay, so first, if you are signed up for the road party, if you signed up for the roadmap party, we are having our part 2 of the party tonight. So it will be live on Facebook. So if you have joined the Facebook group, you'll be able to see. You don't have to go to Zoom. It's going to be right there on right there live in Facebook. So you'll be able to join me there. Please have your roadmap completed. If you do not have your roadmap completed, then don't meet me there. Because if it wasn't important for you to get it done, and your goals are not going to be important for you to have them done for, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not serious about your goals. So it is very important. Even if you just put the words on the board, even if you just put the goals on the board, just have something where you could see that is going to, put you in alignment with your goals for the year. Yes, and yes. Okay, so the roadmap party tonight, 7 p.m. Be there or be square. We're going to have some games and have some fun too. Good morning, Yazzie Faye. All right, so I see you there. Good morning, Yazzie Faye. Okay, so what else? Please check your emails. I asked everybody in here, everybody within the sound of my voice, I asked you guys to go into the community and fill out that questionnaire. Nobody did it. And so I send it to you in the email. If you do not do it there, I don't know what to say. Just don't do it, right? So you don't do it. That means that you're not serious about your business, and I won't take your business seriously either. So if you ask me a question, I may not want to answer it. So I'm just saying, right? I'm trying to find out where you are with your business, what you need, so I could properly serve you, so I can get the people in here that's going to be able to serve you. I can help you where you at, so I can help you to grow your business so that 2024 looks a whole lot different for you, right? So, yeah, so 11 o'clock, this survey is going to go out. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is going to go out. So make sure you're looking out for your emails. It's a survey. Fill it out. I will get the results. You don't have to worry about printing anything. You don't have to worry about anything like that. All you got to do is answer the questions. Boom, bam, bit it. I'm going to get the responses, and then I can see how I could better serve you. Yes? All right, come on, spicy Nick, you know it. Okay, so yesterday we were talking about clarity, finding your target audience, and so we were also talking about how are you communicating, like if it's connecting. And so we had brought up Sean yesterday from Manic Sense, and there were some things that weren't actually connecting. And so now today we're going to talk about those relationships, how your relationships are important, how building these relationships are important. And maybe you can't find your target audience because the communication is not clear. Maybe you're not speaking, you guys are not speaking each other's language. And so since that may be the case, that is what we are going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about communication and relationships. So I got my notes ready to go, and let's see who's in the building. Oh, by the way, I am Miss Nikkie, your host of Coffee with Nikkie, your daily cup of information and inspiration. I am also known as the Dean of Bubble Babes University. So if you'd like to join the community, y'all, I need y'all to engage and do what you got to do in the community, right? So I need you to go to Bubble Babes, BABEZ university.com. Join the community. Well, you go to the website, click community, sign up. If you're not already signed up for an account, it is free to join the community. There's information there that you can use for your business. And with that being said, let me check and see who's in the building. First in the building, we have Miss Melody in the building. Good morning, Melody. Melody said good morning. Good morning, Miss Betty Rose. Betty Rose says, good morning, everyone. I am blessed. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Jasmine. Alyssa. Jasmine is in the building. She said, good morning. Happy Wednesday. I am blessed. Today is Wednesday? No, it ain't. Usually, I'm the one that's off on my days. Today's Thursday. Yesterday was Thursday. That's the only way I know. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you wanted to see if I was up on my toes, I am this morning. Good morning, cousin. Cousin is in the building. She's the best moderator on what? Earth. The best moderator on earth is in the building. Yes. Good morning, cousin. How are you doing this amazing morning? Good morning, Miss Lois. Miss Lois is in the building. She said, I'm blessed and highly favored. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Jenna. Jenna says, good morning, tribe. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Sean. Sean is in the building. He said, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Yolanda. Yolanda's in the building. She said, good morning, family. I'm blessed. Yes, yes, and yes. All right, let's see. Miss Lois says, I'm blessed and highly favored. Yes, yes, and yes. Just let me go fill that out. I'm telling y'all be listening to me. Y'all be listening to me. I be taking I take my time to do these things. And y'all don't, let me tell y'all something. You don't appreciate my time. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking, but I'm serious. Let me see. I was blessed yesterday when I posted that, but I'm extra blessed this morning. Just keep me lifted in prayer because I'm about to go to war with my daughter's school. Oh, daughter high school. Whoo! Yes, definitely. Hopefully you keep your calm. Don't let them take you out of character because they love to call the cops on you. So don't let them do that. Don't do that. Good morning, Connie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got Yazzie Faye over here on the Instagram side. So good morning over there. All right, so we're going to be talking about good morning, Miss Linda. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Miss Linda said, good morning, everyone. I am blessed and ready for my plenty of miracles today. Come on, plenty of miracles. So today we're talking about communication. We're talking about relationships. So everybody, if you was in the room yesterday, put ones in the chat. If you was in the room yesterday, put ones in the chat. 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 If you was here yesterday, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. And so we're going to get some clarity on who our target audience is, and we're also going to get clarity on how to speak to them, because clearly there's a way that we need to speak to them in order to bring, for us to understand each other, right? And so we're going to be talking about that today. I can't because I was in the ER last night with her because she ate 2 edibles on campus, and it's still hot this morning. Oh my gosh. Woo! What they were trying to do? Pump her stomach? 1.5 dang calls. Okay, gotcha. All right, so we're going to be talking about relationships this morning. So we were talking about finding your target audience. Where would they be, right? So I want you to think about your target audience now, right? I'll flush her out. Gotcha. Think about your target audience now. Where would they be? So just throw some things at me in the chat. Where would your target audience be? What social media platforms would they be in? Be on? What groups would they be a part of? What Facebook groups would they be a part of? What community groups they may be a part of? What businesses they may be following? What influencers they may be following? I want you guys to put that in the chat. And if you are not taking notes this morning, I do want you to come back to the replay so that you can write these things down, because this way you'll know who your target audience is, you'll know how to find them, and you know where to be, right? And so I want you guys to be writing that thing down because it's very important for you to know that. So just throw them at me and let me know. Throw them at me and let me know. At work, stressing about being away from their kids. or at home working and dying for a spa day. Okay, so that's your target audience. Got you. Okay, so your audience would be on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, are you present on both of those places, Melody? Hit the like button, please, and thank you. Thank you, Big Meech. Big Meech is in the building. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Are you active on those two platforms, Miss Melody? Cousin said, good morning, my hearts. Are you active on those platforms? Facebook and IG. Yazzie Faye, are you active on those platforms? Where are your people? Where would your people be? Everybody's people is not everywhere, but you can say they kind of are now, because you may have said, "Oh, TikTok is a young thing," but you see the grandparents up there dancing and cooking and doing all kinds of stuff. We got everybody on there. I'm pretty sure everybody can find their target audience on every platform. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Yes, Insta, TikTok, only personal. Okay, so we need you to get active on your TikTok to set up your business TikTok so that you can be active on that. Because if that's where your customers are, you need to be where your customers are. How can you communicate with them if you're not in the same place? Right? How can you communicate with them if you're not in the same place? It's the same thing in your relationship. Your relationship is not going to last if you guys are in different places and you guys don't see eye to eye. It's not going to work. It may work for a little while, but it ain't going to work for a long time, right? So you got to get yourself on TikTok. Write that down. Let that be one of the things that you do today. Even if you don't put content on it, at least set up your TikTok, especially because you want to make sure that you secure the name, right? Because you don't want somebody else to take the name, and you have all of your, you have your business set up, your social handles on all the other ones and not this one. And somebody may put up something that is not in, it's not in alignment with what you're doing, and it's not even your stuff. So that may cause confusion. So you want to make sure that you secure it, even if you ain't on it. But secure your social media handles. I have all the platforms. Okay, gotcha, girl. You need to start getting active. You need to start getting active. Where do I join the community? Again, you go to Bubble Babes University. Let me put it in chat for y'all. .com. Click communities right there at the top. Click community and sign up and create an account. All right. So where are your customers? I only seen Melody's the only one who responded to me. So where are your customers at? And Yazzie Faye over here. Where are your customers at? Facebook and Instagram. Miss Betty Rose, are you active on both? I know that you are somewhat active on Instagram. Are you active on both? Miss Laura says I have just because you have it, where are your customers? Where do you think your customers are? I have Instagram and TikTok. Are you active on Instagram and TikTok, Miss Laura? Miss Betty Rose said yes. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Are you active on the platforms where you say that your customers are? Put a yes in the chat or a no in the chat. Are you active on the platforms that your customers are on? Let me know. Because I'm seeing Instagram, I'm seeing Facebook, Instagram, I'm seeing those things, but I don't see you guys actively putting out any content. I don't see content that will be connecting. So we have to create content that is going to connect. We have to think about how can we connect to them so that we can put out that kind of content. Yes? Yes? All right, TikTok, Instagram, shop. Okay, thank you so much, Yolanda. So, oh wait, Miss Lois said Instagram and TikTok. Are you active there, Miss Lois? Yolanda says TikTok and Instagram. They're shopping at Sephora, Target, Ulta. Likes to go to the gym. Likes to go out for food and drinks and food, with friends, and they like to follow beauty trends. Got you, got you, got you. Not as much as I would like to be. Good morning, Miss Kim. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, so the platforms that you say that your customers are on, or the pages that they may follow, or the things that they may do, you may want to, not you may, you do. You want to create your accounts on all of your social media handles. That's one. The next thing is you want to make sure that you're active on social media places, the social media platforms that you think that your customers are on, right? You want to get there. You want to start following different accounts that you think that your customers may be frequenting and following and commenting on, and see what you notice in their behavior, right? You may want to even follow them and comment on their posts, right? So that they can come back and see what you're doing, because those are your target audience, those are your target customers. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. Let's see. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Chantel. Toya's back. Hey, good morning, girl. How you been? Good morning, beautiful people. I'm so happy I can join y'all today, and we are so happy that you are here. Okay, so first things first is communication. How important is communication to you in your relationship, in your marriage, in any kind of your friendship relationships, in relationships with boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever that looks like for you? How important is communication in your relationships? How important is communication in your relationships? Let me see in the chat. Let me see in the chat. How important is communication in your relationships? I'm on IG, YouTube, and Facebook, not as active as I need to be. Y'all can't, okay, so y'all can't blame anybody about your sales if you're not there. If you're not showing up, how can they buy? They can't buy if you're not there. Communication is key. Betty Rose said it's 100%. How important is communication in any relationship that you are building? Let's take business out of it for a second, and let's just talk about your relationships that you have in life. Your relationship with your children, your relationship with your spouse, your relationship in your marriage, your relationship with your boss. Let's just talk about it like that, right? Let's take you as an entrepreneur out of it, and let's talk about the relationships that you have. How important is communication to you? 110% we have over here. Very important. So if very important, excuse me. If communication is if communication is important, goodness, if communication is important to you, then you must also think about that in your relationship with your customers, right? How are you communicating to your customers? Good morning, Miss Deltram. We got very important, most important, can't be on the same page without communicating. Absolutely. Now, I want y'all to take what y'all say, and I want y'all to flip it and think about your customers in that same manner, right? How are you communicating with your customers? Do you have good relationships with your customers? Can y'all talk? Can y'all be candid with each other? Can you be transparent with them? Can you be open and honest with them? Can you build with them? Like, what are you doing with your customers? Right? So I want you to think about the relationships of your life, and think about the relationship with your customers. Are you treating it as important as you treat in those relationships? You know that communication, you guys said, is very important. Communication is key. It's very important, most important. Can't be on the same page without communication. So if you're not if you say that if you're not communicating in your relationship, then it ain't gonna grow, right? Same thing with your customers. If you're not communicating with your customers, you are not going to be able to grow. Your business is not going to grow. The relationship that you have with your customers are not going to grow. It's not going to work for you, right? It's not going to work. So you got to make sure that you put that in the forefront of your business. Building relationships is one thing, but communication is going to be another thing, right? Because you need to be able to communicate with them. They need to speak your language. You need to speak their language, and y'all need to be able to build community. Yes. And so in order for that to happen, you gotta treat it just as importantly as you treat your relationships in your regular life. Yes? How many of y'all are with me? Put ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. Yaz over here singing Tevin Campbell. Put ones in the chat. Let me know if y'all with me. Ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. Oh, ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. Let me know if you with me. Communication is important for your customers. Communication is key. Who said communication is key? Was that D? Melody said communication is key. Communication is key, period. So you got to make sure that you are communicating with your customers. All right, so all of y'all are with me. How often do you communicate with your customers? I know I see some of you guys are starting to post more. I see that you guys are being a little bit more transparent. I see that you're posting different types of content. But how many of you guys are communicating with your customers right now? Say I am or say I am not in the chat. If you're communicating with your customers right now and you have, you're building relationships with them, put I am in the chat. If you're not, say I'm not. Put it in the chat. And so a lot of you saying, well, I don't see growth. I'm not having customers. I'm not having this. I'm not having that. But what kind of relationships are you building? Right? You have to think about the kind of relationships that you are building. What are you building? What kind of relationships are you building? Right? That's very important for you to think about. You have access to emails, access to social media, access to in-person events, access to your website, all types of ways that you can communicate with your audience, or you can find your audience. But if you're not utilizing any of these options, then how is your customer supposed to know what you have, what you're all about? Are they even the right fit for you? Like, how would they even know that if you're not using these outlets to speak to them? Right? If you're not using these outlets to speak to your people, then how do they know that they're your people? Right? So I want you to think about it like that, because a lot of the times y'all just think that my customer just needs to buy. They just need to like what I have. They're going to buy it, and that's going to be enough for them to stay. That may be enough. Again, that may be enough for them to buy one time, but it's not going to be enough for them to stick around. And the point of you having a business is for you to build community. The point of you having a business is for you to build a loyalty in your customers so that they can be around for quite some time. I have customers that have been rocking with me for 13 years. I've been in business for 13 years. I got customers that have been with me for 13 years. They've been with me through the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. When I wanted to give up, when I was gung-ho, when I didn't know what I was doing, they were with me from the whole entire time. They were with me when my soaps were ugly. They were with me when I was figuring it out. They've been rocking with me from day one. Right? But it's because I built relationships. I didn't just say, okay, you buy your product from me once and then my product is so dope that you just gonna keep on coming back, because that's not how it works. That's not how it works. When they buy your product, they don't buy your product. They're buying you. They're buying what they think is going to do for them. They're buying it for the status that they think that is going to give them, or the things that they think is going to make them feel a certain type of way, right? That is what they're buying. And if they don't understand what that is, they're just going to not buy from you, and they're going to go to somebody else who has a clear message, and they're communicating with their audience, and they're going to purchase from them. Your product may be far superior than theirs, but you're not speaking to them. You're not engaging with them. You're not even trying to communicate with them. You're not building nothing with them. And so they're going to leave you and go to somebody who's building, just like a person in a relationship that'll cheat. They're going to cheat because you're not doing what you're supposed to do in that relationship, or you're not giving, or they need something different. And so your customers are thinking the same way, right? You're not giving them what they need. You're not building anything with them. And so they're going to go with somebody who is. They may occasionally come back because they know that you got a superior product. They may come back and purchase maybe once in a blue moon, but they're not going to stay there. They're not going to follow you. They're not going to sit there and be your advocate. They're not going to do that. Right? So I want you guys to get that into your head, because when y'all don't feel like posting, and when you don't feel like sending out emails, and when you don't feel like going on live, and when you don't feel like, this is what you're saying. You're saying, I'm giving you a reason to cheat. I'm giving you a reason to not be with me. A matter of fact, I'm turning you off and I'm turning you away because I don't need you as a customer. That's clearly what you're saying to your people. Right? And you may say, oh, Nikki, I don't feel like that. Oh, Nikki, that's not what it is. But if you're not speaking to your customers, then what else could it be? Right? You know what you're supposed to do. You know how you should be. Especially if you've been rocking with me for quite some time, you know that you should be speaking to your customers. You know that you should be building relationships with your customers. You know that you should be building up trust and loyalty with your customers. You know that based on what we do here. And while you choose not to do that, you're choosing to not make money. You're choosing to not grow your business. You are making that decision for yourself, right? It's not your customers. It's not that your customers can't find you. It's that you're not clear enough and you're not telling them what you want. And since you're not telling them what they want, they're going to find it somewhere else, period. Trigger warning. Yeah, I said trigger warning. How many of y'all are with me? How many of y'all are with me? I know I'm coming in hot and spicy, but I'm serious. It's time for you to take your business serious. And if you're not taking it serious, then you need to say it's a hobby, right? You need to say, okay, well, you know what, Nick, I'm really not ready to take my business seriously. This is I think it's going to be a hobby for a while. Right? If you're ready to take your business to the next level, it's time for you to get serious in this thing. When you're ready to take your relationship to the next level, you like, I gotta put all my cards on the table. I gotta let you know this is what I want. You're the only one I want, and I don't want nobody else, right? When you're in a relationship, that's what you gotta do, right? You lay all your cards on the table, right? You're gonna show up, you're gonna be transparent, you're gonna let them know I'm gonna show up as what you need and what I want, right? Because this is what I'm trying to get from you. Right? We trying to build together. And in order for that to happen, I got to show you who I am. You got to show me who you are. You got to tell me what you want and you need. And I got to do the same. Yes? Let me know if y'all feeling me in the chat. Let me know if y'all feeling me in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Yazzie Face said, don't hurt him, Nick. She said, damn, sis is a hobby. Let me know in the chat. Let me know if y'all rocking with me. Let me know if y'all rocking with me. Great analogy. Thank you, sis. Good morning, praiseworthy Ken Dudes. That's Tracy, right? Good morning, Tracy. I 100% agree with you. Yes, and yes, let's get it. Let's get it. Because I need you to think like that, right? I need you to be on that level. I need you to be on that level of commitment for your business. The same way you're in that level of commitment in any relationship. Your friendships, do you take your friendships seriously? Do you take your relationship seriously with your spouse or your partner? Do you take your relationship seriously with anything that you're doing or anything that involves you? Then you need to take your business just as serious, because if you're not, then what we doing here, sis? What we doing here, sis? Good morning, Patricia. Good morning. I'm rocking with you, but I'm covering my face. You're so right. Because what are we doing? Right? If you're not going to take it serious and you're not going to speak to your customers and you're not going to build relationships, let me tell y'all something. I could have sworn I changed my battery yesterday and put the brand new battery in there. But give me a second. I am going to switch it, and maybe I won't be as spicy live. I'm going to be extra spicy probably when I come back. But we're going to come back and we're going to talk about these relationships and the qualities that you need in relationships. Now, while I change my battery and I play my theme music, I'm going to need you guys to put in the chat what's important to you in a relationship. What's important to you in a relationship? It could be trust, it could be honesty, it could be loyalty, whatever those things are, put it in the chat. What's important to you in the what's important to you in a relationship in the chat? Wow, I changed my battery, y'all. All right, let's get it. Let's go.
Welcome to the show. Right in the morning with Nikkie. In this morning show, we are here to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business, and we'll support you every step of the way. Right in the morning. Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women, make it sound easy. Take it Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
I already know. Big up. Camera didn't come on, y'all. The camera didn't come on. I don't know what happened. Let me see. Oh, there I go. All right, we back. I messed up my rhythm, but we back. Y'all see me? Put ones in the chat if y'all see me. Ones in the chat if y'all see me. Amir said, put him on the next track. Why is Amir not in school? Today is not school. All right, so Michi said she coming for me with my battery. I know, girl. Look, I have a battery pack. So I have an extra one in here, and then I have the one that's in the camera. And I thought I took the one off yesterday and put the brand new one in there, and clearly I did not. So now I got a fresh battery, so we won't have to worry about that. We don't got to worry about that no more. You have to come. Okay, I got you. Communication is important. Respect and communication, transparency, being real, honesty, transparency, willing attitude, and supportive. Communication and trust, loyalty, communication, honesty. Have a great discussion, everyone. All right, Miss Kim. See you later, girl. Have a great day. Trust and loyalty, honesty, transparency, commitment. All right, you guys said you could see me. Communication and loyalty, transparency, and communication are key. So communication is very heavy, right? And so if communication is that heavy, then you need to make sure that you're doing the same thing with your customers. Yes. Yazzie Face says respect and vulnerability. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me move me a little bit. All right. So if these things are important in the relationships that you're building, these things are also important with the relationships that you are building with your customers. Okay. So you got to make sure truth, trust, and compassion that you are doing the same thing with your customers. You're trying to build the same thing with your customers. This is how you're going to connect. There was a moment when I shared what I shared. Everybody don't like to show certain things in their business. They want to show their business as being polished. They want to show their business as being all the way put together. And sometimes we're not all the way put together. Sometimes we're learning and we're growing. Sometimes there's not sometimes, most of the times, all of the times, there are learning curves. There are growing pains. There are things that are happening. When we're growing and things are changing, we have to change with the times, right? We can't stay the same. So that means that we're in a moment of adjustment. And while we're adjusting, we got to let our customers know, hey, we're growing right now. So maybe orders are not going out as fast. Maybe we're not making things as quickly. Maybe we have to outsource some things, but we're going to stay in constant communication because we need to let you know this is what's going on. So should you experience a different kind of experience or shopping experience from us, should you experience something like that, this would be the reason why. But I'm open and I'm honest and I'm communicating that with you. So that open honesty, transparency, all of that is the same way with your business. It's very important. It's very important, right? He is in school. Oh, okay, got you. All right. So the first thing we're gonna focus on is honest communication. And a lot of you guys said honesty, right? Honesty is very important. Why? It's going to build credibility in your business, and honesty builds credibility with your relationships as well, right? So if your partner is honest with you, even if it's something that you don't want to hear, at least you could respect the honesty, right? If it's something that may hurt your feelings, if it may be something that's hard or harsh or whatever, you can still respect it, right? But I mean, if they're honest with some respect, you can't just be honest and harsh and just be, disrespectful like that, because people don't accept that and don't appreciate it and don't receive that. So, but I'm just saying that honesty is something that you could appreciate, right? If somebody say, you know what, I'm not ready for this relationship right now, you could respect that, right? Because you would much rather that person tell you that ahead of time, so that down the line they tell you that they're not ready after y'all done started building things, or you started growing closer to that person and it ain't working, right? You rather them be honest with you. And so the same thing is with your customers. You're going to be honest with your customers, because that is going to build a relationship with your customers. It's going to build that credibility. It's going to help them become loyal to you because they can respect that, right? Does everybody agree that if somebody is honest with you, that you can respect their honesty? One's in the chat. How honest? I'm an oversharer. You for sure are. For sure. All right. So let me know if you agree that honesty builds credibility and it strengthens your relationships. Let me know in the chat. Do you agree? Honesty builds credibility and it strengthens your relationships. Let me know in the chat. So you know this in your relationships in life. Again, we're going to apply this to business. We're going to apply this to business. This is going to help us build better relationships with our customers. This is going to help us build bigger communities within our what we're doing with our products or services. This is going to help us build those communities where we can basically have a safe space to know, to grow, to speak, to be free, to be whatever, right? We'll be able to do those type of things in these communities or relationships that we build, right? So that's important in your business as well, right? Honest communication is very important. The next thing is transparency, right? I shared a transparent moment about my business, about where I was at a certain period of time when I was going to dissolve my business because I was in a certain situation and I had to do so. I had to detach myself, and it was also in relation to the conversation that we had with Miss Bree Carroll, right? About who you allow at your table and what you allow people, how close do you let people get to you, and the boundaries and the things like that. That was a crucial moment in time for me, and I was transparent with that moment, and everybody can remember. Everybody who witnessed that, there were people who were saying, oh, I remember when you said that. I was there with you from that. I was there with you day one. There was people who were with me from day one that was saying, I remember at those times. Oh, I didn't know that's where you were at that time. Like, it builds a way for you to still communicate with people because they get to see where you were and where you are right now and what you are becoming, right? And you know what I'm saying, that you didn't give up. So it shows you that I'm not going to give up. It shows you that I was resilient. It shows you that even though in that particular moment, it may have been years ago, I was going through some tough times, but I still pushed through and I'm still doing what I'm doing. There's plenty of people who started businesses around the time that I started businesses that are not around right now. Right? There are people who started businesses last year, 2 years ago, during the pandemic, that aren't around right now, that are not doing business right now. And for me to have been able to have stayed through that, it resonated with a lot of entrepreneurs. It resonated with a lot of my customers. It resonated with people who already knew who I was and what I was doing, and they knew where I was at, where my headspace was at, right? And so I was able to use that moment, and not so much say use it, but I was able to be transparent enough to share that, to let somebody know, hey, this might be you. You might be in you might be in that place right now, right? You may be thinking that maybe I want to give up. You may be thinking that maybe I don't want to do this anymore. And if that's where you are, I've been there. I've been there. Just everything's not going to be easy, and everything is not going, you know what I'm saying? Everything's not going to be a walk in the park. Everything ain't going to be as difficult either. But you're going to have to be able to push through it to get through it, because that's the only way, right? You're going to have to jump these hurdles in order for you to get to the finish line. It's got to happen that way, right? So transparency, you guys say that's important in a relationship. It is important in building your relationship with your customers as well. Good morning, Candace. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's important for you to be transparent with your customers as well, right? You can share your values, you can share your processes, you can share mistakes. You know what I'm saying? People love to see if you made a mistake. They love to see if you messed up and you fixed something. They love to see those things. You're not going to be perfect. Your business is not perfect. Everything that you do is not going to be perfect. There's nothing in life that's perfect. Absolutely nothing. Right? So if nothing is perfect, then you can't be perfect either. So you're going to like, if you show these parts of the business, that makes you more human to them, right? And when you're more human to somebody, you can relate. When you go to like big box stores or big corporate, you shop at big corporate places or whatever, and you don't feel like there's a human connection. It just kind of feels very mechanical, very robotic, right? And so this is how you're going to build that, you see the humanity in the business. You understand what I'm saying? Let me know if you understand. Say understand in the chat. Understand in the chat if y'all feeling me. Understand in the chat. Understand in the chat if you are understanding. They have to see the human side of things. Maybe you made a vessel and you made concrete vessels, and maybe you messed up the color. Let people know I messed up the color. Hey, look what happened. This was a wonderful mistake, or this is what happened. I mixed this with this, and look what I got. Da, 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 da. Those kind of things. It first of all is giving you some great content. Next thing is helping people to see the process, so now they could trust you a little bit more because they seeing what you're doing, and they also could respect the process because they know that you are hand making these things, right? They know that there's a process. They know that sometimes things are not going to always work out. And should your product come late, or should there be a delay in your shipping, they could understand because they could see the handmade process is happening. I could see what's going on behind the scenes. The veil is lifted. I could see what's going on back there. Yes? Let me know if y'all with me. Let me know if y'all with me. Let me know if y'all with me. All right, see, understood in here. Let's get it. Let's go. All right. So the next thing is consistency. Consistency is one of my keys to success. Consistency is something that I think that we all need in every area of life. It is not just in relationships. I think we need consistency throughout everything that we do. But if you're consistent, then that builds trust, right? I know that I can trust for you to show up on time. I can trust for you to post. I can trust for you to send me an email. I can trust for you to be honest. I can trust to say, if I know something's going to happen, at least you're honest with me, or you're going to show up, you're going to give me some information, you're going to do something, but you're going to be consistent. I'm not going to have to worry about what's going to happen. I'm not going to have to worry about my solution, because I know that you're so consistent with your business that you're going to be honest enough with me to let me know, okay, hey, this may not happen right now, but it's on its way, right? We may need a couple of more days to send out your order, but it's on its way, right? Consistency. If I know I could depend on you to be consistent, I know that I could depend on you to share information with me. I know that I could depend on you to update me, to educate me, to entertain me. If I can count on you, guess what? I'm going to be there. Is that the same thing? If you know that you could count on somebody, how much are you going to you're going to trust them? If I know that I can count on you to do something and you're always consistent, you never let me down, and there may be some moments when some things may happen and you can't do it, but that's okay, because everybody can't do everything, right? But if you're consistent with me, at least I know I can rely on you. Yes, does that make sense? If you're consistent with me, then I could rely on you. If you're consistent with telling me the truth, if you're consistent with being a friend, if you're consistent with being a spouse, if you're consistent with how you're working out, if you're consistent with building relationships, building communities, and I'm consistently showing up, I'm consistently bringing you some information, I'm delivering everything that I said I'm going to deliver, you could trust me, right? Right? You could trust me, right? Hey, Tracy, you could trust me, right? So if something should happen and I'm not on call, y'all believe I'm going to be on Coffee with Nikki Monday through Friday, right? And you guys will know, if any event I can't make it for Coffee with Nikki, there's going to be some kind of communication that's going to tell you that I'm not going to be here for Coffee with Nikki. Why? Because I'm consistent. So you could trust and know that I'm going to show up when I say I'm going to show up. And if I don't show up, you could trust and know that there's going to be some kind of communication that tells you why I'm not showing up, if I'm going to show up later, or what's going to happen, right? Or when I'm going to show up next. Is that correct? Put correct in the chat. Put correct in the chat. So if you are consistent, your customers know that they can rely on you. Same thing in a relationship. If your partner is consistent, then you know that you can rely on them. If they're consistently liars, guess what? They're going to consistently lie to you, so don't be disappointed. If they consistently show up for you whenever you have something going on, you know that whenever you're going through tough times, that you can rely on them. That even though they may not alleviate everything, but you just know that they're going to be there when times get hard. You know that you can say what you need to say to them, and they're going to be there and support you, right? You know those things. It's important to know that, right? If they're consistent, you're going to be able to rely on them, right? If they're consistent, you're going to be able to rely on them. If this person never shows up for you and you're going through something, and you're going to trust that they're going to be there when you go through this, because they're not going to change, right? So no, I can't trust you, because you showed that you're not consistent. You showed that you're not supportive. So I know that I can't trust you. So I'm not going to trust you with this, because I could never trust you with anything else. So I don't rely on you for anything. So you want your customers to feel differently. You want to be able to say, I'm going to be here and be consistent with the things that I have going on, because I want you to rely on me for your information. I want you to rely on me for the products that I sell. I want you to rely on me for the services that I give. I want you to rely on me for the information and my expertise, the education, the information that I give you. I want you to be able to rely on me. So you got to build that consistency within your relationships with your customers. One's in the chat if y'all with me. One's in the chat if y'all with me. One's in the chat if y'all with me. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. Hey, one's in the chat. One's in the chat. Ah! The next thing is being an active listener. How many of you guys want to be in relationships with people that listen to you? Say me. Say me. How many of you guys want to be in relationships with people that listen to you? Say me. Good morning, Tasha. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How many of you guys want to be in relationships that people that listen to you? Because nobody wants to be talking and have things to say and the other person is not listening to them. That sucks. You don't feel heard. You don't feel appreciated. You don't feel wanted. You don't feel like that's the place that you belong, right? How many of you guys want to be in relationships where people are listening to you? That's why when we focus on consistency in other parts, that's why when I focus on consistency in other parts of my life, so I can deliver it in my business. Got you. Okay. All right. So it's important for you to, but for listening to be important is it's important for you to be heard. It's important for people to listen to you in your relationship. Same with your customers, right? Your customers are giving you valuable information that you could use. That's in their interactions. Maybe they're giving you some information about products that they would like to try or sizes or information like that. Maybe the feedback, maybe something was too liquidy, maybe it was too harsh, maybe it dried their skin. And so that feedback, you could take that feedback and listen to what they're saying and apply it to your business and make that product better, make that service better, right? So it's very important for you to listen. So when they're talking to you and they're communicating with you and you listen to them and you start, tweaking things and making changes, they feel heard. Same thing with you in a relationship. You want your partner to listen to you so you can feel heard, right? Got you, got you, got you, got you. You want your partner to listen to you so you could be heard, you could feel heard, right? Same thing with your customers. Your customers want to feel heard. They want to feel like you listen to what they're saying. They may not see it immediately and they be like, oh, she did exactly what I said. But when you start making those adjustments, they're gonna take notice and they're gonna be like, oh wow. Okay, I could rock with her. I could rock with her. You know what I'm saying? I could rock with this business because you know what? This I can't believe they did this. They can't go to a big box store. They can't go to what is it? Bath and Body Works or any of those stores and say, this is what I want. I want you to make this type of candle, or I would like for it to be a little stronger. I would like it for it to be a little less fragrance, with a little less fragrance oil or whatever. They can't go to those big box stores and say those things, right? They only can buy what they have, right? You only can get what they give. That's period, right? But you, as a business owner, you're able to make those kind of adjustments and you're able to build better relationships with your customers because now you're able to serve them the way they want to be served. And that's what's going to help them to stay with you because I could serve you the way you want me to serve you, right? And not changing the whole dynamic of what you got going on, but I could just make little adjustments and you could see that I'm making changes and that they are in alignment with what they wanted or what they would like to purchase or what service they would like to have, right? And you get to see that. So you want to make sure that you're listening to your customers as well. It's important in your relationship. It's important in your relationship with your customers, right? Right? It's important with your relationships and your customers. So the next thing is responsiveness and engagement, right? That's not leaving your people on red. That's not when they send you an email, you don't respond. That's not when they leave you a comment, you don't respond. That's not like you purchase a product and I'm not following up. Those are the types of things that we're talking about here with this part, right? Because you have to make sure that you respond to your people. You have to make sure that you respond to them, right? How people are spending a certain X amount of dollars with you. And if you want these people to be lifetime customers, they're going to be spending lots of money with you, right? And if they're going to be doing that, you can't leave people on red. The same thing in relationships. If somebody is not going to respond to you, if you're waiting for somebody to pick you up at a certain time, you're waiting for your spouse to come pick you up at a certain time and they leave you outside, they're not communicating. They're not telling you that they're running late. They're not telling you that they're not coming. They're not telling you anything. And you just standing out there and you waiting for them. You're going to feel like, what the heck? Like, why would you do that? Why would you leave me standing outside? Why would you not take care to call or to send me a message and to let me know something? Because I could have made other arrangements or I could have done something differently, right? So you want to make sure that you're doing that with your customers, right? You want to make sure that you're not leaving them on red. You want to make sure that you're continuously communicating with them. You want to make sure that you're responding. They send you a comment, respond to the comment, like the comment, let them know you appreciate them. They purchase something, send them a thank you. Follow up with them and ask them, did they enjoy the product or whatever? You want to make sure that you are engaging with them, because if you do not engage with your customer, it's going to be a one and done type of experience for you, for your customers, because they're not going to want to come back. You got to make sure that they want to come back. That's your job. Your job is to make sure that they want to come back. Your job is to make sure that they want to stay. That is your job. Your job is to make sure that they're happy. Just like in your relationships with your spouse, right? Your job is to make that, well, you're not supposed to make them happy, but just y'all building together is going to bring that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make you happy. You're gonna make me happy. We're gonna do what we got to do for each other, right? We're going to do what we have to do for each other. And it's the same with your relationships with your customers. Your customers they're going to serve you if you serve them. You hear me? Your customers are going to serve you if you serve them. If you are showing up and you're giving them the best quality service that you can give them, guess what they're going to do? They're going to reciprocate, and they're going to share this information out with other people. They're going to be your advocates. They're going to be your cheerleaders. They're going to share your business with other people. They're going to put you in certain rooms and places and spaces that you are not, right? And they're going to make sure that they talk about this, because this experience was so memorable. It was something that they could remember, and they want to share it with the world. So you treat them like that, they're going to reciprocate and treat you the same way in kind, right? They're going to treat you the same way. So you have to think about that for your customers. Why? Because you want them. That's the goal is for them to do that, right? That's the goal. The goal is for them to become your advocates. The goal is for them to love what you have, to love your service, to love the relationship that they're building with you, so much so that they're going to take it out into the world and share with other people, right? Let me know if you're catching, you're picking up what I'm putting down. Let me know. Random question: how can a person with ADHD focus on doing all the things in their business? Learn to focus. Stop. Eliminate the distractions. Eliminate the distractions and focus on one thing at a time, and try not to multitask. That's going to be key. If you have ADHD, you cannot multitask. You're going to have to be single-minded. You're going to have to be focused and eliminate the distractions. If the shoes are on the other foot, right, preach. Come on, be present. If the shoes are on the other foot, come on. Let me know if y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Oh, that's their issue. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Put it in the chat. 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 And so the next one, I think I'm going to probably bring them all together. I'm going to bring them all together. Take some focus factor or some other natural substance for ADHD or ADD. You heard? That came from Tracy over here in YouTube. That came from Tracy. Okay, so we have share building, create lists to help you focus. Create lists to help you focus. That came from Toya. I say be single-minded, because you got to eliminate the distractions. When you have all of the distractions and everything is right there at your fingertips, guess what? You're going to make sure that you're doing all those things. The same thing with me. And when I'm working, I'm reaching for my phone immediately while I'm waiting for something, because I'm just all over the place. And when I eliminate my distractions, I'm able to focus better. All right, so y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Okay, so another thing that I want to share with you, because a lot of you guys think that you got to be perfect in your business. A lot of you guys think that you don't want to share your journey. And your journey is very important for you to share with your customers and with your target audience. Why? Because people are going to connect to your journey. People love to see a glow up. People love to be a part of your growth. People love to see you started from the bottom, now you're here. People love to see that, right? And so you want to make sure that you show them. You don't want to just show, oh, this is the perfect product. This is this is that. That's part of it. But you also want to show, it took some trial and error for this to happen. It also shows, it gives them a reason to appreciate what you have accomplished. It gives them a reason to appreciate where you have come from. You know what I'm saying? Like it gives them a whole new way to appreciate you, because now they get to see everything that's happened along the way. So you want to be able to share that. So don't think that you got to give out this perfect thing and it's got to just be this, right? The beauty of us being entrepreneurs is that we can share our story. We can give a little bit more of us. We can be more relatable. Why? Because we don't need a whole corporation to tell us what we need to do. We're not waiting for a board to give us an answer on how we're going to move forward. We can do this on our own, and we can build on our own, and we can show what we're doing. I tried a bunch of different waxes. This is me trying this wax, this wax, this wax, this wax. This turned out to be the best wax. This is going to give you the best burn. It's going to give you the best, the cleanest burn. The fragrance oils are not going to give you headaches. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. Why? Because I developed this, and people are watching you develop these things, and so they appreciate your price point. They appreciate your messaging. They appreciate your packaging. They appreciate everything because they've seen the way that you started and how you formulated this amazing thing and how you created this dope product that you're going to deliver to them. Yes. So you got to make sure that you're showing the growth, because people appreciate that. People love to see a glow up. And they love to be a part of that glow up. They love to be a part of that glow up. Planners, daily, weekly, monthly planners. That is for you, Yazzie Faye. She put in the gems. I hope you writing those down, Yaz, because all of the gems that you always say, Nikkie's gems, and I never write those things down. I need you to write those down and give it to me. Tell Michi I'm taking notes. Michi, Big Meech. Yeah, says she's taking notes. Yes, I posted a voiceover yesterday. I had a brain freeze recording the voiceover. I always have a brain freeze. Sean is like, how many times you gonna record that thing? Until I get it right. I mess up at my name. I mess up at my name sometimes, and then I'll get all the way through it, and I mess up at the end. I mess up all the way through it. So let's be honest. There has never. I've been doing YouTube for over 13 years because 13 years I've been running Bubble Babes, and I've been on YouTube years before that. So I've been on YouTube for quite some time, and the voiceovers, I'm always stuttering over my words, stammering, messing up. I always. So if you're feeling like that, you're in good company. I still posted it because I want my audience to see that I am human and make mistakes. Absolutely. I have ADD, not on medication. Limiting distractions is huge. That is from Miss Melissa. She said, I put my phone on do not disturb and put it in my drawer when I'm working. Yes, and yes, because I'm telling you, that phone, I automatically, like my hand does it. It reaches for it quick and immediately. And I'm like, it has to be there. So when it's not there, I'm like, oh, now what do I got to do? I have no choice but to focus. Right. And then I'll go and look online and I'm surfing and I'm like, nope, bring yourself back. Finish what you got to do. So you got saying being single-minded is going to be the thing. Right. So share your glow up, share your behind the scenes. Let me see what else. When you're growing, people love to see that as well. So share that, right? You like to show your relationships when you're growing, right? You show the progression from when y'all started dating to when you got married. You showing that there, right? You showing your progression in your friendships when you're going on trips and y'all, you started, maybe you met in college and now y'all going on trips and now y'all building businesses together and doing things like that. You show those things make you happy, right? So show the growth too in your business, because your customers are going to appreciate that as well. They're going to appreciate it. They're going to be like, oh, I remember back in the day when you started and you only had A, B, and C, and now look at you got this and this, right? I remember when you were working out of the kitchen. Now you got your own warehouse. I remember when you, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. People love that, right? So you got to show that you can grow. And also you got to learn to adapt, because when you grow, you got to make changes, right? When you grow, you can't stay small minded. When you grow, you're not going to be able to do the same things, right? You're going to have to make some adjustments, and you may have to pivot, right? So you may have to have different people do different things. You may have to hire out. You may get it. Things are going to start changing for you, but you got to be able to be flexible and be able to adapt, and also be able to share that growth with your people. Share that growth with your people. Let me know if today, if I resonated with you. Let me know if there's anything that I said today that is in alignment with what's going on, with what you need. And let me know if I made it clearer for you. I know I always throw out a bunch of questions. Pick whichever one you want, whatever one jumps out at you. Let me know if I was very clear on how to build relationships and the importance of building relationships with your customers. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Wow, I didn't know that was going to be a big topic. I just thought about it randomly, because that's your ADHD. That's you. Let me see. I think that is the human aspect. I just post if I spend too much time re-recording, etc. I'll never post. Exactly. Just keep on going. And one little caveat you can take from this is sorry, I'm a stuttering. If you if you record in small chunks, it's easier so that you don't have to go back all the way to the beginning and start from the beginning. If you record in small chunks and you got it, edit that thing down and put it all together. That's what I do. I started instead of going all the way through the video, especially where I know I'm messing up, I'll record a short thing and then I'll edit it down, and then you'll never know where I messed up, because I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna edit my mess ups, or I'm just gonna keep on talking and then I'm gonna edit it down. It's true though. It's true though. Toya said you are on point. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very clear and easy to understand. Thank you so much. So just think, the way you build your relationships in any relationship, spouse, friends, whatever, the same way you build those kind of relationship, the same values you have on those things, and the same things that's important to you with those things are going to be the same way with your customers. It's going to be the same way with your customers. And if you're not communicating with them in that manner, think about how can you communicate with them in that manner. What can you do to effectively communicate with your customers like that? I'm working on getting my editing together. Okay, gotcha. Got you. So, with that being said, y'all, tonight, 7 p.m., we are going live in the Facebook group, in the Roadmap Facebook group. So, please bring your roadmaps with you. If your roadmap is not 100% complete, make sure that you at least put your words on there and your goals on there. Don't come in there empty-handed. Make sure you have your roadmap with you. So, have that completed tonight, 7 p.m. We're going to have some fun. Also, excuse me. Also, if you if you are not part of the Bubble Babes family yet, and you have not yet subscribed, I'm going to need you guys to subscribe. So go on ahead and subscribe right now, because I don't know what you was doing. If you don't listen to all this far and you didn't subscribe yet, I'm going to need you to subscribe. So go ahead, subscribe. I'm on my road to 100K. So make sure I'm almost at 23K. So make sure that you guys subscribe, and make sure you share it out with your friends, because I'm going to need them too. And turn on your notifications bell so that you can be notified when we go live. We go live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. And if there's anything that you would like for us to cover, talk about, whatever, or bring somebody on, let us know in the chat below. If you're catching the replay, put replay gang in the chat. And what else? I think that is it, y'all. I think that is it. With that being said, yes, that's a good one. Let me see. I'm working, getting my editing together. Got you. Mine is still on Canva, but it's completed. Okay. Let's get it. Let's go. So tomorrow we will be back. I will see you guys tomorrow, and we can communicate. We can communicate. We can finish with communication. We can finish with communication because this is very important for you guys to make sure that your communication is crystal clear, that you are communicating with your customers and you're not leaving them on red. You're not one and done in them, right? You're not one night stand in your customers. You're not, loving and leaving them. You're not doing that. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, hey, Dr. White, how you doing? With that being said, y'all, I am done. I am out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Of course, I'm going to see you in your stories because that's what I do. I flood your timeline, you flood your timelines, your stories, all that. So make sure you are following me. I will see you guys tonight. I'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. All right, y'all. Bye. Have a great day, y'all.